And we are live. PitchGrounders, what's up? Welcome to the launch webinar of Userbot. And we are waiting for more people to join in. And in today's webinar, we're going to discuss everything about Userbot. That is the live demo, what is Userbot, how Userbot works, and all that sorts of things. So we are waiting for more people to join in. And we have a very special guest with us today. She is Alexandra from Userbot. She is the content manager at Userbot. So, Alexandra, how's everything going?
Hi, everyone. So thank you so much for being here. We're so excited. And if I speak too fast or too slow, but that's not going to be the case, I promise. We're going to make it in less than 30 minutes. Just ping us, say something, and I would slow it down.
Awesome, awesome. So, pitch grounders, before we get started with the presentation, I'm joining in from India. Alexandra is joining in from Italy, one of my favorite destinations. Where are you joining in from? Leave a comment down below. Let's see where the community is joining this live session from. So, Alexandra, before we get on with the webinar, let's talk a bit about Userbot. Like, first of all, people are going to see like what is Userbot, and they're going to experience the power of Userbot in real time as we're going to show them in today's webinar. Let's talk about you know what where is the team from, and like where is Userbot originally from, etc. All those details.
Sure.
Let's discuss that.
Sure. So the company is an Italian company. We like to say that we are artificial intelligence made in Italy, like most of the luxurious things such as Userbot itself. But our team is based mostly remotely. I'm going to repeat that, of course, during the presentation, but that is great, not just for the time we are living in, being able to work from whatever, but it makes us easy to actually hire all the possible talent and the best talent from across the world. So if you want to join Userbot, you can always email us with your CV. We're always looking for talented people. And so yes, as I was saying, we're based in Italy, and so we're born in 2017. Our founders had a company before, and what they were experiencing is that they had a lot of support requests coming in, and they realized that the kind of questions were coming in were mostly repetitive questions like, oh, sorry, I lost my password, how can I log in, and so on.
So we are facing connection issues right now. Alexandra is just stuck, but don't go anywhere, guys. She's going to be right back in a second. And what's a webinar without these kind of small hiccups? Tell me, guys. If you're doing a webinar, I'm sure if you're a marketing agent, you're a freelancer or a solopreneur, you will be doing webinars in future. And trust me, guys, you're going to face this kind of issue.
I thought something happened.
It's all right.
For how long
Hiccups,
I was
hiccups
talking
always happen during
in and
webinars,
out.
and it's totally fine. Let's continue.
Right. So I don't know how long I was talking to myself, but so yeah, I was saying our founders had a company before, and they were experiencing the fact to receive a lot of support questions. They were very repetitive, like login, passwords, how can I access this and that, and so on. And it took really lot of time of people inside the company to answer to those questions. So what they try to do is actually look for a chatbot builder. And Userbot is a smart chatbot builder, and I'll explain later what does that really mean. But yeah, basically they started to look around at different products, and they looked at top-notch like Google, like IBM chatbots, but they were like super smart, but very, very difficult to get. They needed an IT team to develop them, to integrate them. It was more time, it's very time consuming, more time spent on integration than actually responding to the questions. And other chatbot builders that were already in the market, because it has been quite a while that chatbots are in the market, even if they're not that much used, they were not that smart on the other side. They couldn't respond in a very natural way. And well, you can really see what happens if you watch the video that PitchGround made for us. That's exactly what a smart chatbot does not. Like not getting what you're saying and not getting your mistakes, because we're human, we make mistakes, like my Wi-Fi that went away. So yeah, they started to look around for something that was smart and fast and simple, and they couldn't find any products. So what they did was say, hey, we work in the artificial intelligence field, so why not building a smart chatbot builder? And here we are 3 years later with an amazing product that I'm going to show you later. You might be on mute, or I be on mute.
Yes. So, guys, you heard Alexandra. She's going to show you everything about Userbot today. And in the meantime, Alexandra, you said you're from Italy, and that intrigues me a lot because uh, the COVID-19 pandemic hit Italy first. And I hope, how's the conditions over there?
Oh, well, we just entered another mini lockdown, which is not great, not at all. We're hoping for a better time, definitely. We really hope that next year we can really meet our customers and clients face to face, but webinars are still good. So
Yes, especially in this kind of setting where we are divided by, so many kilometers far, but still technology is bringing people closer. And speaking of technology that's bringing people closer, that's Userbot, that's actually connecting your brand with your customers without frustrating them. It's all about AI, and we're going to discuss a lot about it in this webinar. So, Alexandra, what do we have planned today for the users?
sure. So we're going to start with a presentation. We're going to talk just a little bit more about our team and for people who might join later. And then we're going to talk a lot about artificial intelligence, because people sometimes don't think that artificial intelligence is what it is now. They think about Terminator and robots and all that kind of stuff, which it really is not. And we are very far. As you said, like, it's amazing the fact that we're kilometers apart and we can connect through a webinar, through Slack, through so many technology. And sometimes, because technology is so fast, people really, really think that we are, like, I don't know, thousands of years away with robotics and AI, but we're not. So it's very important for me to set not the expectation, but really the meaning that AI is not stealing our life. It's there to help people, to help customers, to reach to the brand, to help the brands to reduce their costs, to connect to the customer in a more meaningful way. So that's it. And after setting up a bit the expectations, we're going to talk about Userbot itself. So how our technology is structured, how of course how the product it's inside. Then I will just very, very quickly talk about how our SaaS product is made, because we are a software as a service company. It means that we work on subscription model. And of course, there are amazing deals that we made just for PitchGround that I'm going to present. And after that, it's not going to take more than 15 minutes, I promise. And then we're just going to go in the live demo and then take all the questions that might come.
Awesome. I am so damn excited for this. I think we should just stop the talk and let's begin with today's webinar on Userbot.
Awesome. So let me know when you can see the presentation.
Perfect.
Can you see it?
Yes, we can see the presentation, blue color.
Okay, perfect. So welcome to our presentation. For those who weren't here 2 minutes ago, today I'm going to talk about what artificial intelligence is and what it means to us as customers and as technology providers. You of our technology and our features, we'll see our pricing model, and then I guess we'll end up with a live demo. So this is basically, let's go very easy. So that's what I just said. To those who didn't heard the presentation, I'm Alexandra Prikatko. I work in the marketing department, and I'm the one who's talking. So next one is our team. And I know that my team is watching the stream. So sorry. I really tried to fit all the photos and all the job titles in here, but we are quite a big team for a startup, and I just couldn't manage to feed them all. So you can see our founders here, and of course the kind of people, the job titles that we have in our company. And you can see that we're definitely focused on the technology in terms of resources. I am based in Milan, Italy, as I said before, but our team works mainly remotely, which is really good as we can hire the best talent no matter where they're based. So, artificial intelligence made by humans for humans. For us, it's not just a slogan, it's our company vision. Our mission is to make artificial intelligence within everyone's reach, to improve people's lives and empower people, to increase human intelligence, definitely not to replace it. But what is artificial intelligence? The word AI has been abused, overused in newspapers, TV, on the radio, and podcasts, usually combined with a very enthusiastic tone, a bit skeptical sometimes, but very often in a quite futuristic way. Like the movie Her, if you have seen it, the future Siri who can replace a girlfriend in a relationship. So a huge expectation has been created from those movies, as if artificial intelligence will solve all the problems of humanity, as if it were already at that level of what we see in the Hollywood films. Like this, ready to take over our little human souls, or this, living our lives just as if they were human, resulting in the death of the human species. They'll get our job, they'll get our partners, that they will get everything we have, right? Well, the reality is a little bit different from the movies. Like, we are not even at this stage yet. Where we are is much here. Technology is going really fast. If you think about all the new iPhones 12, the 8K television, the VR games, but AI is being used in a variety of other fields than robotics, when it does actually perform well. In particular, today, I want to talk about machine learning technologies, which are statistical systems capable of identifying patterns and models within the data and making automatic decisions. Think about it as a subset, as in this image. Artificial intelligence is any technique that enables computer to mimic human intelligence logic. So using logic, if-then rules, decision tree, and machine learning. Machine learning itself is a subset of AI that includes statistical techniques that enable machines to improve a task experience. And then we have deep learning. It's a subset of machine learning based on neural networks that allow the software to train itself to perform tasks like speech or image recognition. And here usually it's like, oh my God, this is nasal stuff. Well, it's not, because you actually see it every day. Think about it, I'm not a robot. CAPTCHA is an acronym for Completely Automated Public Turing Test to tell computers and humans apart. With humans solving billions of puzzles and training AI in the meanwhile, I am sure that probably at least one of you have done this today. And computers got so good at it, so they started to bypass the system from the early 2000s. At some point, companies such as Google decided to make it harder. Like this. Is it a dog or is it a muffin? Is it a dog or a mop? And you know the funny thing? The computer got the test right 99.8% of the time, while the humans got a mere 33%. The problem with many of these tests isn't necessarily that bots are too clever, is that humans are very terrible at these tests. And it's not because we're stupid, it's because humans are widely diverse in language, in culture, and in experience. Maybe somebody has never seen a dog like this. And this is what makes us unique and irreplaceable. So that's exactly when our payoff makes sense. It's AI for humans. AI doesn't have to compete with us. It should be there to help, to give us the chance to be our better self and make more money eventually. So let's get a look at customer care. Humans are curious per nature. We make questions and we demand answers. We want them fast. We want them 24/7. Maybe we don't want to talk on the phone because we prefer texting and do something else meanwhile. And oh, right, we don't want to wait. It has to happen fast because our problem is your company problem and you don't want to mess with me on Twitter. So on the other side, we have an agent that is human as we are, and it takes a lot of time to train this person. But then they only answer repetitive questions. Most of the time, they have to handle questions from different channels like website, the phone call, social media, and so on. They are very expensive, well, because they demand to eat, dress, and have fun. They can have a bad day being stressed, ill, or tired, which means that sometimes they might respond a little bit different from what they have been told. And of course, they have a limited number of human agents, so there will be waiting lines. A company can hire more, and that is quite expensive. This is why chatbots came into market, to solve this kind of issue, making it easier for consumers, for customer care to handle the huge amount of questions, putting automation in the process and integrating chatbots in all channels for a seamless customer service. Chatbots are live 24/7. They reduce waiting times as they can handle thousands of conversations simultaneously, and thus reducing the cost. So, as I was saying before Userbot, our founders had another company, and they received hundreds of support requests every day. What they noticed was that there were always the same questions. I lost my password, I can't log in, stuff like that. Oh, sorry, I missed that. So they realized that they needed a chatbot builder themselves. They first tried with technologies such as Google and IBM, but even if they were smart, they were also really complicated to use. They required an IT team to implement it, and the cost of maintenance was huge. So they tried some classic chatbot products, which were much simpler to implement, but they didn't have the AI technology that we were talking before to train them. So the result was a very poor performance. From this need, a first Userbot prototype was born, a product that should have been fast, simple, and smart. The prototype was immediately able to recognize natural language, understanding the meaning, recognizing the errors, such as you can see the order here, and abbreviations such as thanks, and other data such as priority, sentiment, and main intent, answering automatically. Anyway, because in our product, we have an integrated analytics dashboard that we're going to see later and also in the live demo, after testing with external companies, we were able to get a comparison between Userbot and the human agent response. You can see here that having a smart chatbot really can make a difference, which doesn't mean replacing people, it means shifting their focus on most important tasks. So, why is Userbot different from other chatbot builders? The heart of our patented technology, and this is basically summarizing what is written on the slide, is based on the most advanced research in the field of natural language processing and deep learning, which enables the chatbot to recognize natural language and learn through deep learning. How does it work on the technical side? For that, you can join our CTO during the webinar next week. He will be able to answer all your questions about the structure of our technology. What I can tell you is how it works in simple terms. So when Userbot receives a meaning, understand the context and collects the information such as the user intent and sentiment. When the AI doesn't know the answer, Userbot turns the question over the human operator, who enters the chat and answers the user directly.
We are facing some stream issues here, and we'll wait for a second until Alexandra comes back because stream issues like this are pretty common, as I said before during the chat session. So that's Userbot, guys, and Userbot lets you make chatbots. And it's not just any other chatbot builder. It's a first artificial intelligence that automates conversations between companies and people. So we are facing issues here, and let's wait for Alexandra to join in. Until the meantime, if you have any doubts regarding Userbot, you can leave all your questions in the comment section down below, and we will make sure all your questions are answered because until then, let's talk, guys. So Kirb Loren says hi, and Victor says, so you made the pizza order, Minank. Victor, you should check my Instagram. Actually, I'm going to show it to you live, and you should see. I actually made the pizza order, and it's in my Instagram reels. It's like I'm doing an Instagram boomerang with pizza. So yes, for those of you who liked the video yesterday, the Val made, then thank you.
So I didn't realize that it went off. And thank you for my team to saying me that because yeah, now I understand why it says it's better to have a double screen. So at least you can see when you go off. Unfortunately, I didn't have that. When the presentation went away.
It went away when you said after you're done saying about Marco, who's going to present the next webinar.
All right. So it's not that
So,
far away. Okay.
yep.
So I am very sorry about that.
It's
And
all right. We were
okay.
just interacting with the community. People were like, it's really nice tool. We're going to consider it.
Nice.
And yeah, we've been getting some response for the tool.
Right.
So why don't you share your screen and let's get on
Sure.
with the webinar.
Let's restart again. Okay. Share screen. Let's see. We can make it this time. I'm very sure. So, all right.
Perfect.
Let me go where we were. So, okay. So I guess we were here.
Perfect.
Okay, perfect. So going back, as I said, the technical features will be seen. The features of our, not the features, but the technical structure of our technology will be seen next week with the webinar with our CTO. It's November 3rd. Remember that, sign it somewhere. But what I can tell you, how it works in a simple way. When Userbot receives a message, it recognizes the meaning, understands the context, and collects information such as user intent and sentiment. When the AI doesn't know the answer, Userbot turns the question over the human operator, who enters the chat and answers the user directly. In this way, the AI can learn the response data from the human operator, and the next time is able to respond autonomously. When the flows are not enough, it comes the training of artificial intelligence. As it's very simple and visual because it's designed by humans, as I said before. The logic is very similar to a formula of a spreadsheet for Excel, for example. If the sentence question contains something, if it's similar to or corresponds exactly to a certain parameter, the chatbot can reply with a message, start a pre-built flow, or transfer the conversation to agents. So this is the AI part. Instead, with flows, I am sure if you have ever used a chatbot or a marketing automation tool, you are probably quite comfortable with flows. In case conversational flows, they guide the user across a predefined path based on choices. We put a lot of UX design to make them easy to organize, easy to build and modify based on the company needs, because we know that nothing is static in the web world. Flows are very similar to a form if you think so. You give user choices, and based on what they are selecting, they get a response. It's pretty straightforward. You can send a text, a link, a GIF, pass the human agent, and so on. We, of course, are going to see that during the live demo. So the analytics dashboard is, again, simple and visual. We design it thinking about what the person might need to see to get valuable insight from it, not just seeing numbers, such as what kind of questions have been made, the engagement time, the resolution time. And because you can build multiple bots, let's say one for the HR department and one for the customer support, all the settings, the training, and of course the analytics will be unique to that specific bot, meaning you can work as a team, but everybody can be responsible of their own dashboard. And I think that's pretty cool. The installation is instant with no or little support from your webmaster, from the IT department. If you don't have the keys for your website, you just ask to insert a code, because it's a string of code that your Userbot automatically produces to insert in your website. Or if you want to activate it on Facebook Messenger, is even easier. You just have to approve the permission and you're done. But nothing works good by itself, and we love teamwork. In fact, you can integrate Userbot with many, many different tools, such as ERPs, such as CRM, ticket management tools, and others. All this is possible through Zapier. And as before, each bot has its own secret code, so you can connect the customer service bot, let's say, to Zendesk, without no need to connect SalesBot that might be instead go into Salesforce. So we have seen some of the feature, and I promise it was quite brief, which I'll show you more in a bit during our live demo. Before jumping in that, I want to quickly talk about our SaaS model. As I was saying before, we work on a subscription model, and we have 3 different plans currently available, which are Sandbox, Starter, and Enterprise. During the trial period, everybody starts with our professional plan, so they can discover all the packages, which has all the cool features. After that, a user can choose to go on the Sandbox plan, which is the free one and has a limited number of things, like it doesn't have the AI, there are limits in the number of chats per month, it doesn't integrate with Facebook, and has 30 days of historic data. Then we have Starter version, which starts at $49 per month, and it has one agent, everything that it's already in the Sandbox, but it doesn't have any limit in terms of chat or historic data. It does have AI training. It integrates with Facebook Messenger, and you can also customize your bot, because as we said, it's a way to connect the brands to the customers. So why not using your fantastic colors? Why not uploading your logo to make it more seamless or from your website? And all the user can choose to keep with the professional plan, which is $99 per month, which has everything in the starter plan, plus the possibility to remove our branding, which is basically the provided by Userbot in the chatbot. Set the office hours, so the bot knows when your human agents are not there and can propose something else, like come back when office is open, or write an email, or leave me the message and I'll send it through tomorrow. And has the part of advanced analytics, which basically is top intent and top group. So you can see what people are asking, and not just because you know what they are asking, because you can build your strategy based on what people want from your brand, what are the requests, what they don't understand. For example, it may be very interesting if you use it for your social media plan. And of course, I say that because I'm the content manager, so I'm obsessed with content. We also have Userbot Enterprise. If a customer needs extra customization, like full integration with proprietary software, so APIs are not open to the public, they need help with AI training, and they want a dedicated Userbot team, Enterprise, it's the go-to. So if you're interested in this kind of solution, you can reach us via email, and an account manager will connect to you. But this is the fun part. We have some lifetime deals for PitchGround. So you can have at $97 your lifetime deal, which basically is the professional plan without the AI. But I'm going to show you, it's amazing. You can do so much with the flows itself, but you have everything else there. We also have the Userbot agency plan, which is $245. And you will have everything that is listed here, plus 10 accounts that you can use to manage, I don't know, different bots of other companies, or you can actually even resell it to your customers. But if you want the AI, which is the cool part, you also have a 20% discount for starter and professional edition of our product. You can find the lifetime deals directly in PitchGround. To get the 20% discount, you can write us an email and we will reach out. So we can start with our live demo. And let me exit here.
Yes.
So, okay, thank you so much. At least I know that we are still there. Right. So we're a little bit over 30 minutes, and I'm so sorry for my Wi-Fi. But basically, when you enter, all right, okay, when you enter my Userbot, this is the kind of thing that you can see at the beginning. It's the different bots I was talking about, and agents can manage them in a different way. The analytics is different, the training is different. And I have created one bot for PitchGround for this live demo. So when we go inside, okay, I don't know what happened. Let me try again. So I will try to change the language. So let's do like this. Let me try, sorry, my Userbot. I think English and log in. And it's still in Italian. I am so sorry for that. I don't know what's happening today with my computer. Let me try another thing.
By the way, anyone understands Italian over here? You can.
Really? Everyone
I'm not sure.
Italian? That's so cool.
Apart from you.
Okay, let me try another thing. I opened, so all right, so
We've been getting amazing comments, by the way, so it's all right. We've been getting like, I'm in love with Userbot. We've been getting some
really?
smileys and everything.
So happy. I am so happy.
Yeah.
And me what I didn't want. I said, like, can you shut down my camera, please? Because everybody's gonna see me like looking very, very close because I can't see, and that's exactly happened. Perfect. So can you see my bots, or are you still seeing my face?
Yes, we can see the page over here.
All right, perfect. So we're back to my bots. And let's get into PitchGround. I am so sorry that I used the demo account and I'm showcasing all of our test bots to everyone. I'm so sorry for that. But so we entered our demo bot. It was very easy to create. You just click plus, you name it, and you're inside. So this is the dashboard, and because it has to be simple for us, the focus was really like make the technology good, but then help the people to get there. Because some tools are quite great, but as I was saying before, they are so difficult to use that you just don't want to spend your time on it. So on here, you can really start to edit your welcome flow, to test your bots. That there are a lot of tutorials that can help you. With it. You can watch video and all that kind. We also have feature requests. So what does that mean? It means that there are some features that might not be there yet, but we have a fantastic page that it's called Product Board. So here you can see what's planned, and you can also request some features, and we'll put them under consideration because we try to be as much customer-centric as we can towards you, our And of course, okay, you're back online. Thank you. And of course, towards your customers. So that's really important. So the first thing I want to show you is, of course, the flows, which is inside the lifetime deal. And the first thing you have, it's the welcome flow. You will already find it inside your boat, even if you have just created it. Of course, because I have to go, created some interactions. And as you can see, they are composed by one main question. I give three options, and then I can connect them to other paths. So for example, if we go back, what are flows? I can create another response. I decided to put text, and then how to continue with just, do you want to know something more? So it's kind of ends there. But for example, if we want to go and say, what's the cost? We can build it a little bit more, not complicated, just evolved. So for example, I respond, what are the prices? And I give options to choose from the different plans that we have. So I connect each one with its own custom response. I know that looking at this, you say, oh my God, how does that work? It's very simple. You don't have to connect it to Facebook Messenger already, or to your website, or open, I don't know, other tools to test your bot. You can just click on test your AI. And here we go. Let me put it back to 100%. So, hey, I'm Userbot. How you're enjoying your live demo? How can I help you? So let's say that I want to see the flows one that I showed you before. And here it exactly responds as we are expecting. So I know I want to know what's the cost, for example. I click back on what's the cost, and it gives me the free option where I want to go. So let's say I want to tap the professional one.
So there you're seeing the flow of the user bot that we can actually build. And right now, Alexandra is back again. So yep, let's continue.
Sure. So where was I when it disconnected?
You just clicked on the professional plan.
All right. So it was 1 second. Okay. So we clicked on the professional plan. The answer I wanted to provide. And then it asked me, would I like to subscribe and start my free trial? We can decide yes. And with a link, you go on the other page. There is no need like to type down, so people, I don't know, click inside or have to copy paste it. It's quite easy. But say I say, no, I don't want that. And no problem. What would you like to know something else? Well, I want to know about starter. And I type down starter. It will probably say, yeah, so it will say the startup plan is middle ground. It has no limits. Subscribe again. How did I do that? So I have pre-built an interaction before, training my AI, not just to recognize what am I typing here. So let's try again so I can show you live how to do that. Let's say I want to know the pricing, and it will lead me to the starter plan, which is not what I want. What we do is that we go into AI training. Yes. We go to AI training. As you see here, I have already trained my bot to respond to the starter thing. But let's say I want to talk about pricing. So I will type pricing, and say, I want it similar to, because contains all the words or is exactly, it's quite strict. And instead to use the deep learning, you can use it similar to. And let's see some typos. What's the price? I don't know, the cost here and other pricing. Of course, for making it super fast, I have already marked my responses. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to copy paste it and click here to discover the difference of our features. So what I want to do, I want them to send to the link with all my pricing features. Here we go. Pricing fee. Ooh, sorry, not there. So pricing. Right. So we save that and we can see initiate a new conversation if it got it. So let's say language support, receive our answer, and then I want to know about the pricing. You see, it's very simple. It's very, very fast. And sometimes, as I was saying before, when you hand it over to a human agent, you will see some interactions and the AI is going to learn about it. What we did before, I wrote down pricing and then it got me here. For me, it doesn't make sense. So I'm not going to approve that. But you will see that sometimes there will be questions. There will be some kind of automatic training based on the conversation your bot is having with your customer. And then the human agent, of course, has to come in and approve the thing, because what we said, we are not on the level of chatbots and robots taking over the world. We still need that human intelligence to say what's right and what's not. And then after some time, he will definitely learn how to do it by itself. So let's say I want, for example, to know about the lifetime deal. So what I do is I write lifetime deal, and LFT, why not? It was my mistake. It can happen to anybody. Lifetime deal, PitchGround deal. And then what I want to do, instead of answering with a message, I want him to start a flow, because I have pre-built a flow to get the customer's data. That's awesome. So let's save it and let's see, initiate a new conversation. So again, language support is, of course, I'm clicking, but just to show you, but you don't need to click anywhere. We can just write LFT. Let's see, with the mistake I did before. So here you go. This is the flow I have pre-built before, and it tells me to connect to a human colleague for that, or maybe to send an email. With the email, I just put the link of a mail to, so if I open it, it will be just redirected. Of course, you can see it because I shared not my entire desktop, but just the Chrome tab, but it will open the email. Or you can say you want to talk with a human. And here you go. You see what happens? The bot told my human agent that there is a chat awaiting for them. And where you can find it? You can find it in chat. Easy. And here, the chatbot can take, the human agent can take over and see what already was the conversation before with our customer, and then just take it over from here. As I said before, the AI learns everything that the human agent does with the customers and learns it and will automate it next time if you train them, if you approve the conversation. So the other part, of course, is the integration. As I said before, it's quite easy to integrate your chatbots, for example, inside WordPress with your secret key or with the web chat. You just copy the code and insert it right away, or you pass it to your webmaster. It should take that. You can do the same with Slack and Twitter and everything else. Of course, we have Zapier. As I said before, you have the boat key, which is your unique secret key for that specific boat. So you don't have to handle so many jobs or have information that you don't want to have in a tool. It's very flexible from that point of view. And of course, why we have this kind of like they're not active, you can't click on that because you have to reach our account manager in the enterprise, and some of those we can connect it for you with the enterprise version. And the other part is, as you see, it's very easy. And it might seem easy for you, but for our developers, it doesn't take 1 minute, and we want to provide the seamless experience ever. So to build this kind of features, it takes a little bit of time, and we are definitely getting there. But that's why we don't have random integrations, because if they don't work seamlessly, we don't want to have them at this stage yet. But they will definitely be coming. And the last thing I want to show, it's insights. Insights, it's the analytics dashboard. Unfortunately, you see that this is a demo bot, so we don't have. But what you can see here, you have information about the messages, how many messages were resolved without the human operator, how many messages were responded with the help of the human operator. You will have the average response time and the automation chats. So you can actually see how much time it takes, how long they engage. And don't think about it just for the customer service. Think about it also for marketing lead generation, or maybe brand engagement. You can engage with your customers talking about your products. So maybe you retain them on your website. And then this part, the response time and the engagement time is going to be very, very important. But here, most popular interactions, based on what I did now, you can see the type of interactions which I have named, how many times they were asked and how many times they were activated. So for example, if I see that most of people ask the starter, that's maybe because the starter plan is the one that works most. And in fact, it is. Starter plan is our middle ground subscription that works wonderfully. So unless you want to see anything else on my side, I'm open to questions.
Awesome. So we have questions that are coming in, especially about the integration. Guys, if you have any more questions, you can leave them in the comment section down below and we will answer all your questions regarding Userbot. Because what you just watched is a live demo of Userbot and how easy it is to make a Userbot. You just have to enter the queries, and if it doesn't understand, the bot will call a human colleague. And that was the fun part. And yeah, human colleague can take it from there. So the questions are, is there a Pabbly integration? Victor asks. So Pabbly is a tool like Zapier. It's an alternative to Zapier. And Victor asks if there is a Pabbly integration on, if not, when, if like, is it coming in the future? Is it planned? That's what Victor.
Sure. So at the moment, we have integrated with Zapier, and then it can really go on whatever tool you want. Why we decided to go with Zapier, because listening to our customer in the past year, that was the integration was asked the most. As you have seen, for a startup, we're quite a big team, but we are not. We don't have 100 developers working on. So we cannot do it custom in the enterprise plan. So if somebody wants a custom integration, such as in this case, or for example, WhatsApp that has extra costs. It is something that can be discussed with our account manager, and then there will be a custom pricing for the amount of work. And of course, what we also try to do is when we work on something big like this kind of projects, we also try it after a while to integrate it in the SaaS version, in the Essential product.
Awesome. So, Victor, hope you got the answer. Another question by Victor is, so is the WhatsApp integration included in the PitchGround deal, or is there any additional cost to pay for the WhatsApp integration?
Yes, there is, and it's not our decision. It's of course a WhatsApp decision. It's very similar to, let's say, a marketing automation tool. If you want to send text to people, usually there is an additional cost to pay, and also that you can email our account manager, or of course you can email at support that you can find on PitchGround, and we can talk about the costs. Also, depending on how many conversation you want to do on WhatsApp.
Awesome. Victor, I hope that answers your question. And it's really a nice tool. We'll consider it. Awesome.
Thanks.
And you're in love with Userbot. That's also awesome. Then you should definitely check out the lifetime deal on PitchGround that's going live in the next 2 hours. So, guys, be ready with your wallets because it's going live in just 2 hours from now. So, Harindra, I think you joined the webinar late, Harindra. You can check out, is it some artificial intelligence tool?
No, our artificial intelligence is a proprietary it's a proprietary technology. So it is based on artificial intelligence, but it's not an artificial intelligence tool. By the way, if you want a more precise answer on that, there is going to be a webinar next week on the same time. And you can join, and our CTO will tell you everything about the structure of the product.
Yes, we're going to talk about how is Userbot different from all the other bots out there in the market. I know one difference, that is the ease of building the bot, which I'm pretty much confident if you have watched this webinar, you can build your own bot by tonight. And if you're building your own bot by tonight, we would definitely want you to share your bot links in the PitchGround group because we want to check it out and test out the human bot. So we have one more question coming in. That's how many languages does it understand? Is it based on dialogue flow or can it receive voice input? That's three questions in one.
Wow. I will need some help on that. But my team is connected. So the languages at the moment, we support English, Italian, and French. So English, Italian, and French. I was right. Thank God. And based on
Dialogue flow.
no, it's not based on dialog flow. As I was saying before, it's a proprietary engine. And 3, not yet, but it will be coming. I don't know where. That's going to be a question for our CTO next week.
Awesome. Hope that answers your question, Victor. And we have other users commenting, cool. That's awesome. Yes, Userbot is indeed cool. And guys, if you have any more questions, you can leave them in the comment section down below, or else we can be ending this webinar in less than 2 minutes from now. So we are hitting almost 55 minutes on the clock.
Oh gosh,
That's
I'm
perfect.
sorry. That was the Wi-Fi going up and down and never happens. I don't know why.
It's all right. Hiccups happen only during webinars for some weird reason.
Well, at least you know that it's not pre-recorded. We built a bot together live and it wasn't pre-recorded. So
Yes, definitely not pre-recorded, happening live in real time. So guys, you can build your own user bot by grabbing your lifetime deal. Or if you want to check out a quick demo of Userbot, you can just log on to www.userbot.ai. I'm just going to type it on the screen. And check out Userbot, the live demo of Userbot, so that you can make a decision. But in the meantime, if you have any queries regarding Userbot, or if you have any more questions, you can just go to Userbot's website, chat with their Userbot, and I'm actually, like I was about to say chatbot, but I'm just calling it Userbot because we saw how intuitive and how easy it is. So you can chat with their user bot, and Team PitchGround is always here to answer all your questions. Team user bot is always here to answer your questions as well. And we have more webinars coming up. So in the meantime, if you want us to talk about any aspect of UserBot, feel free to reach out to us anytime. If not in the comment section, if you're watching it during the replay, it's totally all right. The replay would be available on Facebook group, on YouTube. It's going to be available everywhere. And yes, so you can rewatch if you're joining in late and build your own user bot. So I guess that's it for today's launch webinar of UserBot. For those who've been watching, sending us all the hearts, likes, Mahantesh and Rabi Jaiswal, etc. Thank you so much and huge shout out to you guys who've been watching it all till the end. We hope you can support Userbot and by purchasing the lifetime deal, which is going live in just 1 hour, 58 minutes on PitchGround website. Thank you so much for watching today's webinar, guys. We hope you have a great day ahead. See you in the next webinar of Userbot. Until then, stay safe and stay positive while testing negative. See ya.